cleared to land in. We're down the runway, which is the old 25 runway at Blackpool. We're going here to UCAS. I'm pulling the speed back. We're down at about 150 foot now. Still doing 40, 50 knots. Lovely. We're going to take it a little bit further. If Sarah pointed outwards at the birds, we're always going to keep away from the birds. So we can spin round now. We've just been told permission to spin round. We'll do 180 degrees. And we're here. Hooray! At UCAS. We're going to be here for a service. And I'm going to show you how to shut it down shortly. But when the wind's behind you and you're hovering like this, we've got the aircraft cockeye. So we've got the tail into the wind and we've got the nose out of wind, which is not normal, but sometimes it's just how the wind feels comfortable. Then we swing back the other way into a little bit of wind. And here we go, I'm going to shut down. So we're going to land here, down this side, so we're going to shut down now. What we're going to do is shut the jet engine down. What do we do first? Down here, throttle. We turn it back to idle. So everything's now calming down. What we do then is we need to wait 2 minutes, which is 120 seconds with my bad Burnley maths. While we're doing that, we start looking at everything and we can start looking at what we can actually get rid of. Now, we don't need the GPS, we don't need the radar, we don't need the radio because we're on the ground and we're safe. So that's things we don't need to start using the battery for. Then we can look up here. We don't need one of the fuel filters. But let me show you something really cool while I'm waiting. What happens if I take the second fuel pump off? So this is the first fuel pump. Turn it off. And this is the fuse for the second fuel pump. Turn it off. Wow! The engine's still running. Why is it still running with no fuel pump? Let me tell you, it's got a mechanical fuel pump. So, it's got 3 fuel pumps. It's got a backup fuel pump number 1, fuel pump number 2, and fuel pump number 3 is the manual one. So it just shows how many backups are on these machines. Because you'd have thought you switch the fuel pump off on a car, the whole thing will just go, whoa, and shut down. And if it does that up in the sky at 5,000 foot up, you're going to come out the sky really, really quickly. So, a scan across here, we're looking for probably about another 45 seconds. Everything's still in the green. We've turned the rotor system back down to 60%. We're looking outside and making sure nobody's walking towards us. We can now turn the radar off. Now, this here is the squawking device. This tells air traffic control, if you point down at that, Sarah, that shows air traffic control where we are. So when we're in the sky, that's smoking, it's flashing, and that's telling them where we are. So we can now shut that down as well. So that's on. Boom! So we've waited long enough now. I can now press the button at the top and then switch it on. 3, 2, 1, cut the fuel. Boom! And then there's some lights at the top telling me, here, it's shutting down. But it's okay, because we're on the ground. So we pull the buzzer, and then we start shutting all the systems down. Position lights, anti-collision lights, directional gyro, and then back to the compasses. So we can check on absolutely everything, and we can turn the hydraulics off. So we're not actually using a great deal of power. And that is how you shut the helicopter down. The whole thing will start slowing down, and you're just monitoring everything, monitoring temperatures, and things like that will keep it running. See you soon, everybody!